Linked references are part of the core magic of Roam research. Now, technically, linked references can be for either pages or blocks. Blocks are used a little less frequently than pages as far as the linked references are concerned, but there are certain power user type things that they are useful for. For now, I'm going to focus on page references when I'm looking for linked references. Effectively, linked references allow you to refer to a page using the double brackets, the hashtag, the attributes, like we talked about in the page video. And then all of those references, wherever they are in your Roam graph, will show up in the linked references of that page. So if I were to, we have our new page that we created in the early video. If I click on that down here in the linked references, we just have the one reference, the one that I created to create this page. But if I were to now, let's create a page called testing page here. And we'll go to the testing page. And on that testing page, let's say, here is another reference to new page. Now when I go to new page, both references are down there. I have October 5th's reference, which was the one we started with there, and I have the reference on the testing page. Let's create testing 2 here. And now we'll say, here is yet another reference to new page. And I think by now you understand you're going to see all three of those when we go back here. So linked references give you the power that wherever you are in your graph, referencing that page will bring that information to the page in the linked references. Now, why is this powerful? Why is this useful? Well, anytime you're having a meeting, say for instance, and you're having it with a specific person on a specific topic, if you reference the name of the person and the name of the topic in a top-level block, meaning like on the top level of your daily notes page, everything indented under that now is going to be accessible from both of those pages. So the next time you want to go back and see, well, what have I talked about and what have I learned about this topic? Go to the topic page, and that conversation is going to be there. Or the next time you need to meet with the person that was tagged, you can say, what did we talk about last time? Click the person. You will have a record of what you talked about. On one session, one conversation, that isn't going to add up to much. But when you've had a lot of conversations or you've talked about that topic a lot, suddenly that's going to be enormously valuable because everything is gathered into one place. I use references as a way of gathering things together that are next actions for a GTD-style system. I work in productivity and help people with that in Roam, and that's one of the nicest things that those can do. They just essentially function as tags then, because you can gather things either in linked references or using more advanced features like queries. What they allow you to do is gather things together. Topics, logistical things, people, projects, whatever those things are, having them as a page lets you use the references to that page, which you can find in the linked references, to bring together everything. And we'll talk about filters later, but you can then filter those linked references to get honed in on the things that are specifically what you're looking for. So I can be looking for, something on this topic, but only that I had in conversation with Joe Smith, and I can filter to that information. So that's what linked references do. They bring these all together. There are some things to know about linked references in terms of how they work in the parent-child relationships and hierarchy, but I'll talk about that a little more in the indenting video. Before I leave this video, let me talk about unlinked references. So unlinked references are effectively a fail-safe for when you have forgotten to formally bracket references, or if you're writing something and you're not stopping to think about what you want to reference, you can always go back later and look for places that you referred to something. I know a lot of people also use unlinked references as a way of kind of looking through journaling and notes they've taken on things to find questions, or if, say, maybe one time they said, what if, as a way of saying, well, what if I did this, or what if I did that? By creating a page, what if, and looking in the unlinked references, you can go through and see all these times that you were experimenting and thinking about bigger things because you used the expression, what if. Unlinked references mean, and I'll go back to the daily notes page here, that if I were to say, this is an unlinked reference to new page. See what I mean by unlinked reference is I don't actually put any brackets or anything like that around it. So I just mentioned it here. I didn't mention, not formally mention, not with brackets, but just in plain text. On the new page, you'll find in the unlinked references right here, we have, this is an unlinked reference to a new page. And you may say, well, RJ, why is new page 2 and new page 3 there? Because those are both actual links. Why are they showing up like that? They're showing up because new page is plain text within the page title new page 2. So it's still an unlinked reference to new page. You can have links within page names as well. You'll notice that you have the option here to link every single unlinked reference, or you also have the option to link individual ones. If I wanted to say, okay, this is the one I just created, that should actually be a linked reference. All I have to do is click link, and now you can see it has moved up. It has been bracketed, and if we went back to the data notes page, it is now there with a bracket around it. So in summary, linked references are what make Roam enormously powerful. Being able to gather together every time you talk about whatever the page title is, but in particular like topics or projects or people or what have you, gathering that together in one place as a hub means that you don't have to think about, well, where do I put this or what folder does this go in? It means you just write where you are, you make that reference, and it's going to show up where you need it to be. And because filters allow you to be more specific with combinations of references, that means you can always get right at the information you're looking for without much difficulty. And then unlinked references are a way to look through text that wasn't referenced, to catch anything you might have missed, or even try, as I mentioned with the what if thing, as a way of sort of looking back into old text and saying, what are some of the patterns and things that I wouldn't have noticed but are showing up in my thinking and my writing without me realizing it. So that's what references are, and that's fundamentally how they work in Roam Research. If this video helped you, click subscribe. And check out my Roam courses as well. I have the Roaman Way, which is a free course to help you learn the fundamentals of Roam Research. I have AP Productivity, which is my flagship Roam course. It is an 8-week live cohort course to help you get important work done in Roam Research. I have Powerful Task Management in Roam Research, which helps you build a GTD-style setup for task management in Roam. And I have Your Road to Roam, which I'm actually updating in November or December of 2021. And it is a deeper dive than the free course, The Roaman Way. It has live masterclasses, Q&A sessions, additional instruction about Roam extensions, especially Smart Blocks and Roam 42, which you can get from roamjs.com. And there's a community forum for discussion of new Roam features or help with your workflows. Roam Research is an amazing tool, and I want to help you make the most of it in your life and work.